Now, Jerry and Esther, for the first 10 years of their work, they flew. They were on an airplane every Friday and every Monday and spending a lot of time at airports and a little bit of time at home, more than they are now. But then one day, after sort of growing tired of spending so much time at airports, Jerry and Esther considered these motorhomes or buses. And Esther said to Jerry, if we had a motorhome, in 5 minutes we would be home, instead of the all-day flight that it's going to take from LaGuardia back to San Antonio. And so for the next 10 years, they've been driving buses. And now they've come to the place where the bus feels like more responsibility than they really need to be dragging around with them. When they first began traveling in the bus, they had big equipment that they were using for sound conversion. And now everything's digital. The office is not sending them boxes of paperwork. Everything's coming electronically. So they've pared things down, and they really don't need, except for Esther's clothes, a great big bus with a lot of big closets. And so they've been talking about releasing the bus and traveling differently and doing some flying and moving about in a SUV. But Esther especially had very mixed energy about it. She loves that bus. She loves being in the bus. She loves driving the bus. And so she could not come to a decision. And what she wanted more than anything was to be decisive. Now, Jerry had already brought himself to a place of ease about it. He had decided that life would be better and they would have more fun and have more time for themselves and less time moving in and out of RV parks. In other words, Jerry came to the conclusion quite easily. But Jerry is a mere passenger in the bus. Esther is the pilot of the bus. In other words, the bus has more meaning to Esther. It has been her friend while Jerry has been sleeping. So Esther had mixed feelings about it. And what she wanted was to become decisive. She wanted a decision to formulate within her that was as powerful as the decision that had formulated within Jerry. And such an interesting thing happened. In the last 1,000 miles of moving that bus back to Coburg, where they will leave it, the bus had 4 breakdowns. Never before has the bus broken down. 4 things that left them off on the side of the road. But what it provided for Esther was clarity about that decision. It provided clarity about the responsibility of all of those moving parts being with them everywhere they go. And it brought her to a very easy personal consensus about the ease. In other words, as much fun as it is, the ease of releasing all of those moving parts. In other words, they just don't need that much responsibility moving with them. Now, there's not a right or a wrong answer in whether they should keep the bus or whether they should release the bus. There's not a right or wrong answer, but what there is a vortex version of them that has been being created over time, that at one time that bus was a perfect answer to, that at this time that bus is not a perfect answer to. But Esther was clinging to an old decision and feeling uncomfortable because new life was calling her to a place that the old decision was not allowing her to go. You following a bit? And then the magnificent, universal law of attraction yielded to Esther. What she most wanted was opportunity to come to clarity about what they wanted. So we offer this example of what's going on with Jerry and Esther because now Esther is no longer contradicted. In other words, those poignant life experiences amplified what she already knows and what her vortex is already calling her toward. But she wasn't ready to let go of that last resistance until that last strong calling took place. Good time for a segment of refreshment.